Have you ever loved someone so much that their happiness meant more than your own? This is a story about that kind of love, the kind that sometimes means saying goodbye. Ethan and Emily were more than just childhood friends. They were two halves of the same soul. They'd spent their entire lives sharing everything, from scraped knees and silly jokes to their deepest fears and wildest dreams. For Ethan, every one of those shared moments had woven a love for Emily so deep, it felt like a part of him. But he was a master at hiding it, tucking his feelings away behind a friendly smile and a supportive ear. He was terrified that telling her the truth would change everything, and he couldn't bear the thought of losing her. One sunny afternoon, sitting on the same park bench where they'd shared countless secrets, Ethan decided he couldn't keep it in any longer. The words felt heavy and clumsy as they left his lips, but he finally told her. With his heart pounding in his chest, he confessed everything he'd felt for all those years. Emily's reaction wasn't what he expected. She smiled, a gentle, familiar smile, but it didn't quite reach her eyes. There was a profound sadness there that made Ethan's stomach drop. "Ethan," she began, her voice soft and shaky, "I love you too. I have to leave." She explained that her dreams, the ones they had so often talked about, were calling her to a different city, a different life. It was a path she had to walk alone. "I can't follow my dreams and stay here with you," she whispered, her words like daggers to his heart. In that single moment, Ethan's world crumbled. The future he had secretly painted in his mind, with Emily by his side, vanished. But looking at her, seeing the determination mixed with her pain, he knew what he had to do. He swallowed the lump in his throat, forced a smile, and said the hardest words of his life, "I will always support your dreams, no matter the distance." The days that followed her departure were hollow. Time stretched on, but for Ethan, it felt like he was living in a perpetual yesterday. Every corner of their small town held a memory of her. The park bench was a shrine to his confession. The old bookstore held the echo of her laughter, and the quiet evenings were filled with her deafening absence. He followed her journey from afar, celebrating her successes silently, his heart aching with a mixture of pride and longing. He never stopped loving her. He just learned to love her from a distance. Then, years later, the news came. Emily was returning to town, but only for a day. A flicker of hope ignited in Ethan's chest, a foolish, desperate hope that maybe, just maybe, things could be different. He waited for her at their old spot, his heart a mess of nerves and excitement. When he finally saw her, she was just as beautiful as he remembered, but she wasn't alone. A man stood by her side, his hand resting gently on her back, wore a ring on his finger, and so did she. The flicker of hope in Ethan's heart was extinguished in an instant, replaced by a familiar, crushing pain. He walked up to her, his smile feeling fragile. They talked for a while, catching up on years of life lived apart. The conversation was easy, comfortable, yet underscored by everything left unsaid. As she was about to leave, Ethan reached out and gently touched her hand. Tears welled in his eyes, but he blinked them back. He looked at her, truly looked at her, and saw the genuine happiness in her smile. Leaning in, he whispered, "Be happy. That's all I ever want for you." Emily's eyes filled with tears as she squeezed his hand tightly. In that brief, silent touch, a lifetime of love, friendship, and heartbreak was exchanged. No words were needed. We often think that love's ultimate goal is to be together forever, but sometimes true love isn't about holding on. It's about letting go. It's about wanting the best for someone, even if that best doesn't include you. It's the beautiful, heartbreaking sacrifice of wishing them a lifetime of happiness, even when it means your own heart has to break. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this moment with me. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories that touch the heart. See you next time.